It's one of those landmark events that there's so much going on in churches around the country, but it's important that we get together, use the freedoms that we have to meet here. This is where the late Queen lay in state. Use those freedoms, and it's a national prayer breakfast though, so if church leaders and church members are watching from the north of England, from the southwest, I lived in the northwest, from Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, it's a national prayer breakfast. Please make the effort. I know it's a journey, I know you have to stay overnight in the big smoke, but please come.
The National Prayer Breakfast is excellent. I've been many times actually. This is the first time as a member of Parliament, so it's a slightly different feel. I'm doing a prayer this morning, but I love coming here, love gathering with Christians from all over the country and fellow parliamentarians. It's really important. It's one of the only, maybe the only event of this scale that happens in this room in Westminster Hall every year. And I think it's very symbolically important for Christians in the UK and also the place of the Bible in the UK's history and current life.
Well, I think it is a remarkable thing. So I'm here with my pastor, Paul, who I went out for a curry with last night on Brick Lane. So it's great to spend time with him kind of outside of our normal church setting back home in Kendal. But it's also a place where, an event where lots of church leaders around the country invite their MPs who may or may not be Christians to come along. And I've had several people who I know are not regular churchgoers, not professing Christians, who are here today because their church leader asked them. Today, I pray they're going to hear the gospel. And that's why this event is most important.
The prayer breakfast for me is a really important part of the Christian calendar, and I look forward to it every year. And I think the fact that their local ministers will have invited them, it's about local people asking their MPs to come. And obviously people like Wes Streeting have their own local churches, and they will have invited him, and that's so important.
Well, I've been coming to the prayer breakfast for well over 15 years, and I think it's something we all look forward to towards the end of June. It's where people from all parties come together with pastors, vicars from their constituencies typically, and it's a great encouragement to see that family of believers together in one place to be well taught. And we were really blessed this morning by Professor John Lennox's reminder of how the Christian foundations of this place are real, and it inspires us as we go out from here to think about how we apply our Christian faith in our work as MPs.
Because we had a general election last year, we couldn't have a prayer breakfast. So for me, it was missing. But this is something that should happen. It does happen every year, and it's a great opportunity to bring our local community into Parliament as well. But also for other politicians who do not have a faith to come and experience something that they otherwise wouldn't have done. Because I think that's important as well. You've had Christian MPs and non-Christian MPs here this morning. That's a powerful thing, and I hope that they've been impacted by being part of this prayer breakfast today.
The National Parliamentary Prayer Breakfast is really important for inviting MPs and members of the House of Lords here to sit under the Word of God, but also as we heard this morning, the worship as well, to really consider what faith has in their lives and to be able to take something away from today. And that's why I think it's important. We had around 200 parliamentarians here today. Some will have faith, some won't. Or as we heard today, we've all got faith in something, but certainly would have heard loud and clear today that faith in Jesus Christ is the one thing that is so transformative for ourselves, but also our wider society. I would really encourage everybody to clear their diaries and come to the National Parliamentary Prayer Breakfast. It is just a space where you can gather your thoughts, you can place yourself in time and understanding of what your purpose is. And I think in Parliament that is so important to find that centrality, but also for faith leaders as well across the country to encourage their MPs to attend. It is a really precious point, and today so many relationships would have been built between local church leaders and parliamentarians, and of course that relationship is ongoing after today too.
This is my first prayer breakfast, and I have found it absolutely incredible. I've loved it. And for me, it's been a real special moment, actually. I feel like I understood the whole thing around, that Christianity is fundamentally political. Politics isn't fundamentally Christian, but Christianity is fundamentally political. But I really felt a sense today of, God is the King of the universe, and wherever authority is being exercised, it's his domain. And so for me, it just felt like a real kind of renewal for me of understanding this place that can feel so secular as somewhere that's actually so fundamentally sacred.